What's going on, everyone? We have to talk about plasma because, as you can see, this thing is down literally 14% in the last 24 hours, down 13 in the last 7 days, 36% in the last 14 days, and 30 in the last 30 days, 71%. Like, that's crazy. All right, we got to talk about this because this is absolutely crazy, guys. This is absolutely crazy. Why is this thing dumping so much? Where is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? I got the answers for you guys. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Become a member of the channel. It's only $9.99 per month. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So as you can see right here, plasma is trading within a falling wedge. Falling wedges are typically bullish patterns. They're typically bullish patterns, but remember, they only have about a 72.77% win rate. Actually, falling wedges have an 82% win rate. So it says here, bullish exit in 82% of cases. The exit from the falling wedge is upward, making it one of the most reliable patterns for anticipating a positive reversal. So that is very, very, very bullish. That's a very bullish statement. But remember, it's only 82%. So there's still an 18% chance that it breaks down to the downside. So that's another thing that you got to remember. Also, look at the crypto fear and greed index. Typically, when it's freer, you want to be buying. When it's greed, you want to be selling. Remember what Warren Buffett said: be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. People are fearful right now. I think this is a good accumulation zone for plasma, and I also think plasma launched at too high of a price. I think the price was way too high when plasma launched, and that's kind of why it sold off. It sold off partially because of that, and because everything else was selling off as well. But right now, I feel like it has lowered a lot, and I feel like the price that it's at now, people might be more willing to buy it now than they were before. So we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, this is a falling wedge here. You can also see on the MACD, the selling pressure is kind of speeding up here. So it looks like a random dump could happen out of nowhere. But hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it just continues on the uptrend from here. Also, another thing that you could look at here is the %R trend exhaustion, showing that we are oversold to the downside, over exhausted. And sooner or later, we should get one of these blue up arrows on the blue bar we have forming here, and that indicates a reversal to the upside. So we're going to watch out for that. But yeah, I see whenever it does that. I don't know when, but should do it soon. Also, another thing that we can be watching for inside of this falling wedge. So we've already kind of looked at all this. There's also a bunch of stuff that they're doing fundamentally that could really help the project. So Africa, they're mentioning how the currencies in Africa are all volatile, right? And now you have the yellow card app with Plasma USDT, where you can literally access it in 20 African countries via cash agent networks, mobile money, and banking rails. So this helps people out in Africa and people in other areas of the world where their currency isn't as stable. So that's a huge use case for crypto in general, but Plasma definitely helps with that as well. And also Nansen, I don't know much about this Nansen AI research agency. It's a crypto AI research team. I don't know much about them, but they're integrating plasma now. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. How are y'all integrating it? I don't know, but they're integrating it, right? I don't know how they're integrating it, but they are. But anyways, moving on from that though, we have a lot of people that are super, super bullish on plasma. I do think that it's going to have some a good pump whenever the market does go back up. But remember, anything can happen. Like, there's a lot of talk about the top being in. I don't think the top is in, and I don't want to talk about the top being in for the market. I really want to look at this like we're about to take off, right? Have a huge pump now because we're inside of a bearish expanding triangle. So I'm hoping we don't break out of the bearish expanding triangle to the downside early, because if we break out of this bearish expanding triangle to the downside early, we are in for some trouble. We are in for some trouble if we break out from this early. So I was hoping we can go through this bearish expanding triangle, and then by like February of 2026, March of 2026, hit a peak and then pull back and crash and reset the whole market. That's pretty much what I'm hoping for. I hope it doesn't happen right now. There's a possibility that a market reset could happen now, because if we keep going lower and we break this level here, there's a huge possibility we go all the way down to 85K, possibly even 75K. So we don't want to see that. But I will keep you guys updated. Shoot, I've been talking about a pullback in Bitcoin for the longest time. And as you can see, it is still happening. I was tracking this. This is the percent R trade exhaustion. It should come all the way down to here and possibly revive by then. But remember, patterns can be broken very easily, so don't rely only on patterns whenever you're trading. So anyways, this is pretty much all I got for you guys today. But like I was saying, I think plasma is inside of a good accumulation zone. Like, this is usually when like the whales and stuff would want to buy when it's cheap, right? But there's also no way of telling if Bitcoin's going to keep dumping. But there's just always good stuff happening for crypto and for Bitcoin in general. And all these companies investing so much money into Bitcoin, it's kind of hard to believe that we're not just going to take off soon. And then you have signs like this in random altcoins like plasma, like a falling wedge. That's a bullish pattern. So I look at Bitcoin and I'm like, Bitcoin looks like it can dump. But then we have stuff like this that looks like it can just take off out of nowhere. So I think plasma is in a good space right now, guys. This is one of the cheapest prices that you could have bought it at. Like, people were buying it all the way up here at 40 cents and all that. And remember, people were buying plasma when it was $1. When it was $1.50, they were buying it. When it was $1.30, when it was $1.10, when it was $1 flat, 90 cents, they were buying it. But now it's 30 cents and they want to keep away from it. This is how you accumulate. This is like accumulation zone. So I think this is good. Even if it breaks down to the downside, I don't see much downside potential to this. I think the potential is mainly to the upside for plasma. So, and also I just made a video about Advantage, and people might misunderstand what I said about Advantage. So I kind of want to reiterate what I said there. When I was talking about how it could pull back to 40 cents, like I'm saying buckle up. I'm saying buckle up because the volatility, it might not pull all the way back down to 40 cents. It might just be volatile. So you might just see, a lot of ups and downs. But I'm not saying buckle up like we're gonna crash all the way down to 10 cents or 30 cents. Like, no. Like, buckle up, because it's gonna be some volatility. We might see something like this. And you never know what type of volatility you're going to see inside of this market. You're going to see a lot of ups and downs. Don't sell on every single dump. Don't buy on every single dump either. And also, I would say don't sell on every single pump. But, if you sold on the pump, you bought when it came down, you sold again, you bought when it came back down and sold again, you can make money like that. So I wouldn't say that's not a bad opportunity. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to clear that up. But shout out to all the members out there. Become a member of the channel, guys. It's only $9.99 per month, guys. It's actually pretty cheap, and you'll probably make it back within the first month. All you got to do is go ahead and become a member. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And as long as it's not some type of low cap scam coin, I'll go over it and I'll do a full technical analysis video on it. So shout out to the members. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Again, none of this is financial advice. Never put more than what you're willing to lose, guys. Never do that. Never do it, because as you can see, anyone that was buying at the tops here, they're screwed. But anyway, shout out to all the members out there. As always, I'll be back with another video.